Hi, my name is Doug Schindler. Uh, about 8, maybe 9 years ago, I had spinal surgery where they fused the bottom 3 vertebrae in my back and had to ream out the holes on either side of the very bottom vertebrae because they were crushing my nerves, and I was actually in a wheelchair and couldn't walk. After the surgery, they had me up, and that was the first time I was able to stand without pain in about 15 or more years. Um, Went through about 6 months of rehabilitation where I was able to get around and everything. And during this process, I lost 60 pounds because I was a heavy guy. And now I'm down to about 150, which makes things a lot easier. But after about six and a half years, I started getting a pain in my sacroiliac joint on the right side. It was like a spike, somebody drove it in there. That's when I started coming to see Dr. Pryzbylkowski. He gave me injections, and every 90 days, just like clockwork, I came back and got the injections in my hip. As a result, I also started getting pain in my left side, same spot, roughly, as well as injections into my shoulder. This went on for about a year and a half. Well, 6 months ago, I came in and he discussed this procedure for my sacroiliac joint. And it's a bone fusion operation. And he told me that it takes about 20 minutes to do the operation, and they knock you out for it. Well, I came back for my next injection, and 2 weeks later I came back, and either the shot didn't work or he missed the spot, but basically they stopped working for that situation in my right hip. So we scheduled the operation. I went in at 7, and they did their pre-op procedures, and I was home by about 10:30. Initially, there was discomfort where the surgery had happened, but that was due to the patch that was on there. It's new, and just didn't put pressure on it. I came back to see Dr. Pryzbylkowski about 2.5 weeks later because, one, I'm an avid golfer 3 to 4 times a week. My wife and I go bike riding. We like to do hiking in the mountains, and we do kayaking. So we're pretty active, as well as we walk about 3 miles in the morning every day with 2 dogs. I take a German Shepherd. She's about 95 pounds, and she pulls hard. But the pain that I was experiencing had gone away. And over the course of the next, 2.5 weeks, he said I could go back to golfing. So I went back to golfing, not doing anything crazy, but I had no discomfort. The pressure has gone, as time goes on, the amount of pressure that is exerted, that piece goes away, where I didn't wear a belt for about 6 to 7 weeks because it was, putting pressure on it. Now I have no problem with what I'm doing, as well as the injections that I got on my left side have discontinued, as well as in my shoulder. And this is a result of not having the pain in my right sacroiliac joint, and because I was overcompensating while I was golfing. Now I don't have to overcompensate, and the injections, I don't need them anymore. I would recommend it to anybody. And I'm here in South Jersey in the Egg Harbor office, and I thought the procedure was great.